All right, there's the way calling really works, and then there's the way I wish it would work. Here's the way I wish it would work. I wish it was like The Karate Kid, and I know you've seen this movie. If not, what are you doing watching me? You need to go back and watch The Karate Kid and then come back to me. But here's the deal. Like, we all have this quirkiness. We have these random parts that make us who we are. And when I saw the movie The Karate Kid, I saw a quirky high school kid that was getting bullied and had a problem. He stumbles across this wise, cryptic Asian maintenance guy who ends up having him do household chores and transforms him into this amazing martial artist who becomes a hero and beats up all the bad guys. It's like, I wish calling would look like that. That I could just stumble upon a Miyagi, he would look at everything that I'm made to do and put it all in focus for me. Well, we're actually going to do that if you stay the course. But for now, we need to talk about calling. Because what a calling really is an urge. It's an urge toward a specific way of life or a vocation. And there's two types, a general calling or a specific calling. Now, as a general calling, for me as a Christian, that looks something like simply love God, love others. Now, for you, it could be simply doing good. It could look like a lot of different things. But it's our general purpose here on earth. As we focus in on it and we ask ourselves, well, yeah, that's great, but what does that specifically look like for me? Well, I can tell you that it can look like a number of different things. And the only way to fail at not finding your specific calling is to do nothing at all. That's right, it's a lot of trial and error. And we're going to start you down that path with a very simple exercise. Since calling really just means an urge towards something, we want you to start by writing down any urge you've ever had to do something. Now, I want you to do at least 7 of them, but do more if you can. Now, I've had urges to be in the NBA. I've had urges to play professional soccer. I didn't have talent for any of that, but they were urges. I've had urges to be a lawyer, a doctor. Some of those are more practical than others. Go ahead and write them all down. And what I want you to do at that point is take a look, take a step back, and say, now which 3 are the strongest? Which ones do I keep circling back to? If I look over a period of 10 years, 20 years, which of these urges keep popping up? And then once you have it kind of narrowed down, I want you to take another step back and I want you to say, what do these have in common? And write that down in the box in your workbook. Now, your goal right now isn't to just figure out exactly what you're called to do in the first session. No, instead, your goal is to start down the path of self-awareness and reflection. And this is the first thing we must do. Hold tight. We're going to be putting all this together, but really don't rush through this. Take your time, write down, reflect on your urges, and we'll come back to this later.